Watch out for this con trick when you're selling your phone or laptop. So one of the interesting things is that whenever you list your used phone or any other used electronic, especially handheld devices, there are scammers whose sole job is to look for buyers for the device you're selling without intending to pay for it. There are many used devices marketplaces, for example, Facebook or Gigi. So when you list your device, electronic device, you could be selling a camera, a laptop. There's someone who decides they are going to target your phone, and they actually start by selling it even before you meet up. They will call you and request for meeting. They prefer in the Nairobi CBD, for example. One of the key things to note is that they will want to take control of that location. So when you meet up, you have your device, and of course they will use certain psychological tricks to make sure that you are on edge. So they'll be like, oh, you are selling your device too expensively, but looks like it's a good machine, so let's test it. What happens is there are many versions of how the scheme will be carried out. One of the things they will do is they will ask to test it in a shop that appears to be random. You probably met at archives and they'll tell you, let's walk down the road in Luthuli and can get a shop where someone will give us a space to test it. So you walk and you yourself, you are not suspicious because it's a public shop or something like that. And then the guy starts testing the machine. As the guy is testing the machine, you remember you are at a stall that's busy. So the shopkeeper will ask you, can you give us some space? And then you will, since you're in the shop and you can see your laptop, you will walk a distance to give the shopkeeper some the space. Maybe there is a new client who has walked in, and then as you walk towards the door, the guy grabs the laptop and starts to run away towards the other exit. So this is the exit that's typically for the shopkeeper or the stall owner. And then of course instinctively you will run towards the exit, and then the shopkeeper will grab you and say, why are you guys playing here? I gave you space to test out your device, but why are you playing games and whatever? So unbeknownst to you, the shopkeeper was part of the scam, but you wouldn't suspect it. So that's one of the ways. This country has graduated to new levels. So it's one of the common ways that happened recently was someone was exposed online. So they use a version of the same trick. You have listed your phone or device, they call you, and then they go to a high-end restaurant. You're seated at the corner, and then they will say, I want to test if it's charging or whatever, and then they will walk and give the laptop to the waitress or for it to be charged at the desk. Since the guy is, you are in a very public and comfortable place, you will probably let your guard down, and the guy will leave his phone and the wallet on top and say, like, excuse me, I'm going to the washroom, can you hold it for a minute? So what happens is the guy then goes to the desk and asks for the laptop. Since he's the one who had given it to test whether it's charging, they will give it to them. They have no reason to deny him. And then he walks out. Turns out the phone that was on the table is actually a dummy phone, and the wallet, which will have appear to be full of money, turns out to be just papers. And the purpose of the trick was for you to bring the device to them and then they run off. So this guy was exposed online and he turned out to have conned hundreds of people. So you can imagine this is something he has done so many times. How can you protect yourself from such schemes? Number one is to try and use marketplaces where people need to have an account for them to contact you. So there are certain marketplaces where for them to see your number, they'll have to create a profile. And even once you use that, then if you ever need to sell something, you can verify the buyer before you meet up. So you can see how long has the buyer been using this account. You want to check out for red flags if it's a newly created account. So maybe that's something to avoid. Number two is have control of the location. So one of the things that helps the scam work is the guy who is coming you has control over the location. But since you are the one selling, insist on having control over the location. If you feel you are not comfortable in a certain area, you would rather drop the deal rather than risk losing your device. Number three is to prefer to be accompanied. Number three, if it's possible, be accompanied by someone else who can be a witness as well as help you looking out for this suspicious behavior. So, for example, if there are two of you, then one of you can keep an eye, and even the guy is going to stepping out or something like that. And even the general vigilance will be better when you're more. And of course, the last one is to have a written agreement. So when you are selling your device, it's not enough to be observant before the meetup. You ensure that even after the device or the money has changed hands, there is proof of it, because someone could even buy a device and claim they didn't get it or something like that. Money254.co.ke has written more about this topic, as well as other ways that can help you protect your money. Click on the link provided to learn more.